Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori if you're new here, and today I am going to be sharing with you some of my favorite cookout classics. I have sides, I have mains, I have drinks, I have desserts, and I'm super excited to share that this video is in collaboration with a bunch of other lovely people here on YouTube. I have a playlist that will be linked down in the description box below, as well as the wonderful humans who are hosting. We have Tamra over at Southern Wife Everyday Life, and we have Kat over at Southern Farm and Kitchen. You know that I love these women. They share such amazing recipes on their channel, as well as other content that I know you are going to love. So if you have not yet, head on over to their channels and check them out. And when you're done with my video, go ahead and look at the playlist. There are going to be so many recipes for your summer cookout or 4th of July picnic. If you are new here and you're just coming over to my channel, hi, hello, my name is Tori. I am a mother of two and I live in beautiful northern Colorado. I am a elementary art teacher and I like to share recipes and parenting hacks on the side on YouTube. We would love it if you became part of our YouTube family, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you have not already. As always, all of my recipes will be typed up in the description box down below, and if you are excited, let's get right into the video.
We are kicking off these recipes with a nice little appetizer. It is a fruit plate with some tofu teriyaki pineapple skewers. They are so good, and I really love the presentation of this. I think it's beautiful. You could absolutely leave it in just the pineapple if you wanted, but I'm just cutting the top off my pineapple here. I'm going to cut it down the middle, and then I'm just going to scoop out the insides. I'm going to take that middle part there that's a little harder, and I'm going to put that in my compost, but we are going to use the meat on the inside. Now, I am using tofu. I am just pressing my tofu here, but I really think shrimp would be good with this. If you wanted to use chicken, you could. If you wanted to use tempeh, you could as well, but I like to press my tofu. I am using extra firm here. I put a plate on top of it, and then I usually find some sort of juice bottle to put on top. I press it for around an hour, and then I just take it out and I'm gonna cut it into chunks.
I get so caught up in the middle, thinking of drowning in those blue eyes. I'm losing sight 'cause I am falling.
I'm going to marinate this for an hour with my favorite stir-fry sauce. This is a teriyaki blend. I actually get this at my farmer's market. It is a little on the pricier side, but it is super delicious.
I can't hide what this is. Yeah, I keep drowning.
We actually don't own a grill, so if you have a grill, just put all of these veggies and fruits and tofus on your skewers after you soak those skewers and grill them. But right now I'm just going to bake everything in the oven, and then I'm going to put them on the skewers to serve. Yes, you could just put the skewers into the oven, but I just find it gets a little bit crispier this way when they all lay together. I place the pineapple on top of the tofu and I put it in the oven at 400 for around 20 minutes and served it on this beautiful pineapple boat. Next up is going to be this rose water and lavender lemonade. This can be a mocktail, it can be a cocktail, but you will need some roses. So I have a rose bush outside. I actually have 4 of them, but I'm going to take off some of these roses here. I have 2 varieties that are going into this lemonade, and the season is almost ending, so I don't feel too bad doing this. I have had plenty of roses this season, and I am super excited to be using them in drink form. So I'm going to bring them inside, and I'm going to let them sit for around an hour in some water here just to get the bugs out, and then I'm going to strain them and put them into my pitcher. And then from there, I'm just going to add about a 1/4 cup of lavender buds. You can find these on Amazon or your local health food store, or you could dry them from last year like I did. And then I'm going to pour some lemonade on top of it and let it sit overnight. This is what it looks like when you come out. You could serve it with some sparkling water if you wanted to make it into a mocktail. I, on the other hand, am going to serve it with some tequila. You could make this into a spritzer and use some white wine. So many different ways to use this. And I think it is just such a beautiful drink to have. Next up on the recipe train is going to be these Big Mac Empanadas. Now this is pretty decadent, so you are going to need just a few ingredients. Some red onion I diced up. I'm going to put that in the pan with some of the Impossible meat. You can use regular ground beef if you want. I find that I can stomach this in small ways. The vegan meats kind of weird me out sometimes, so if you wanted to, you could just use black beans, and honestly, I wouldn't be able to taste a difference in these, but these are going to be empanadas made out of canned biscuit dough. I'm using the Immaculate Baking Company, and I'm rolling it out with some flour, putting some of that ground beef mixture in there, air quote that, and then some cheddar shreds. I'm going to fold it over and then take a fork and just fold the seams so they are together and nothing pours out in the oven. So I'm going to bake this at 375 for around 15 minutes, and I'm going to get started on our Big Mac sauce. Fun fact, I've actually never had a Big Mac. We were more of a Burger King family. So I have some pickles here, just diced dill pickles. I have some mustard and a little bit of ketchup. I'm using some of this mayo spread. I'm using my baby spoon, Tamara, if you're watching. You are going to need about 4 baby spoons, which is the equivalent to about a tablespoon and a half. I'm going to serve it on this lovely blue serving dish with some of that Big Mac sauce. People can come and help themselves. Now we are moving on to these amazing, so decadent spice cake cupcakes with some vanilla frosting and strawberries and blueberries to top it off to serve at your 4th of July picnic. I think they're super festive and really easy to make. So you're going to need a spice cake mix. You could make this from scratch, but I am lazy. I'm just going to do it like this. You're going to need some applesauce as your egg replacer, as well as some coconut oil as your vegetable oil replacer. You really don't have to do that. I just like coconut oil better. I'm going to use 8 ounces of filtered water, and then I'm just using my hand mixer to mix this together. This was like $5 at Walmart. Yes, I have a KitchenAid, but it's heavy and I don't want to get it out. So now I'm throwing in a few handfuls of blueberries. I'm going to mix that up and then put some of this mix into these little fancy espresso colored cupcake liners. This is going to make 12, so you're going to have to do this in batches, but I'm scooping in 4 of my little cupcake scoops here, and I'm going to bake these at 375 for around 20 minutes. This takes quite a bit of time, so I'm going to let this cool, and then I'm going to put some frosting into a big Ziploc bag. I don't have a piping bag, I just use these, and it seems to be really easy, and you can reuse this just by washing the bag. So I'm just taking it, putting it into one of the corners here. I'm going to snip it off and ice my little cupcakes. I am not a professional. I'm sure you could make this look a lot better than this, but this is fun to do. The kids really love to help. I'm going to top it with some blueberries and strawberries and call it good.
Freezing outside, a little bit high on the feeling, can't seem to focus. In the corner of my best friend's sofa, you were getting buzzed on rum and cola. Wasn't brave enough yet just to talk to you. Not a smooth talker under pressure, sweaty palms ain't.
Our last recipe for the day is going to be this Cajun macaroni salad. I am not a big fan of spice, so I promise you this is not going to be intense. It's not too spicy. We are just going to start off with dicing some bell pepper. We're going to dice some red onion while we're there, and we are going to saute that with some frozen corn and peas.
Outside, trying to get your attention. You
While that's cooking, I am adding a half a cup of mayo to our dish and then a little bit of Dijon mustard, as well as 2 tablespoons of Cajun seasoning and around a 1/3 cup of water, as well as some fresh oregano. You're going to mix that together with a splash of red wine vinegar, and then you are going to be adding your bell pepper, red onion, peas, and corn. And then you are adding a half box of pasta of your choice. I chose this elbow macaroni, and I'm going to mix that together and let it cool overnight.
Alrighty everyone, that is going to do it for today's video. I really hope you got some inspiration for your summer cookouts or 4th of July picnics. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Go ahead and check out that playlist that I have linked down in the description box down below. I'm sure you will find so many amazing recipes for your next cookout. As always, stay adventurous, stay creative. I'll see you next time, y'all. Bye.
I know that we just met the other night, but I can't get you off my mind. Not a smooth talker under pressure.